Pounders, welcome back. A little flash mob style, unexpected stream today. We're going to be ripping at least a few Pitbulls. So make sure you go down, slap the like on the live stream, hit the subscribe button. We're on the way to 2K subs for a 24-hour live stream. Shout out to Nick Bach, literally hitting the membership before the stream starts. Appreciate you, dude. Says, yo, he goes, what does the spoons mean? The spoons. Those who scoop the value. Frank gifting one. I appreciate you, Frank. Who won it? Fantasy Football Garage. Longtime listener and a fellow streamer. Congrats. Let's go. Adding to the spoons. So this contest is currently 22% full. We see that the Chihuahua 4 is just about to fill right now as well. And after that fills, this contest will start to pick up. Now it's a 10 entry max. Shouldn't be too hard to get your 10 in if that's what you're looking to do. 2 out of 12, 1 out of 6, 1 out of 5 for advance rates, and 156 seat final. Now, where I think especially our overlay is going to give us a big advantage is in these 15-second rooms. The 30-second rooms, it still gives a big advantage. I mean, you don't have to remember the week 16 games, the week 15 if you're into that. But you're going to be able to draft multiple at the same time without slowing down or whatever it may be. And then let's say you're not an overlay person. That's fine. You're a phone drafter. Those 15-second drafts, it should add a little bit of EV to everyone's portfolio with people not being able to formulate as correlated of a team with less time on the clock. Like with the 2-second pick delay and then with the phone buzzing in 3 seconds all the way down to 0. There's a lot of panic picks being made. I've noticed a lot of panic picks. So shout out to everyone that has the overlay. I could tell very easily when you guys are drafting with it, especially in these short rooms. We're going to be ripping 15-second drafts today. Just looking at the landscape, and we're going to try to get like 3, 4 in. We'll see. We're going to be doing one at a time so we can focus on the single room. Shout out to Benny, Shock in the house, Smooth, James, Tyler from the Fantasy Sanctuary. Appreciate you guys. Benny says, I'll admit I'm a phone drafter. And even then, it's okay to be a phone drafter. But every now and then, when you put on the overlay and you go into your rankings and you're able to see all of your player ADPs with the exposures next to them, it's a beautiful thing. Who won the Smooth Criminal wins? Dude, Tyler, thank you, man. Thank you. He gifts one to the pound. Nothing wrong with phone drafting. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I save it for like the $3, $4 drafts. But if I want to rip them all at once, like Chihuahua even, where the final is still 130 seat final, you probably still want to be correlating. And I know everyone's got those week 17 matchups, like basically like they're written on the back of their hand. But this allows you to do the 16, the 15, the 17 without any brain power, multitasking, and that always feels good. Let me make sure we are set up. Let's see. Post NFL draft, we've done 3 so far. Caleb Herbert, Bryce Young. Oh wow, this is a hyper fragile. This is like, don't try this at home, folks. CMC Taylor at 24, Barkley at 25. We posted this one in the Discord. Don't try this at home, folks, type draft. Oh my. In this one, I think we landed. Chicago Chargers, Bryce Young. I know we got sniped on our QB3, but we're still able to get this Chicago super stack, this Chargers super stack. We get the Fant bring back against Chicago. One would say that we landed this draft even, so maybe we'll dip further into that. But we did tip off the YouTube memberships. We did tip off the Patreon members. We are officially still waiting on one person. And it's full. And it's full. Slumdog. in the house. What's up, baby? Says, what's up, Big Pound? The dog pound father is in the house. Come to me, my family. I'm curious, is anyone worried about CeeDee Lamb? And not about Lamb himself, but about Dak walking in the boot. Is this our chance to finally catch up? Well, maybe not catch up. We're 8%, and these are going to be these exposures. Let me make sure it's all drafts post NFL draft and not just my BBMs. I would love to scoop some CeeDee Lamb at 3, 4. Like, give me all the falling CeeDee Lamb right now. That's the way I see it. Yeah, okay. These are going to be perfect. 15 seconds. Here we go. These go quick. About like 28 minutes, 30 minutes. Even if you have auto drafters. Shout out to Bestball Viper. He was actually in that room last night. The one where we went 3 straight RBs. And let me do quick. Tyreek Hill off the board. And I'm also curious, do you guys have Hill at 3 or Chase right now? Because I've been mixing back and forth. I basically just want to be at field on both of them. No Cat Max says, rip my 4 Chihuahua entries. Got the 109 twice, the 111 and a 112. What is my luck? Honestly, the back isn't that bad. It's not that bad. C40 coming up with new terms. Tap the like and pluck the bell. Pluck it. I don't even know what that means, but pluck it. Like a bird. Like Ace Ventura at the very beginning of the movie. TP says, I take Hill at 3. Liam is drafting 10 Pitbulls. Yeah, I think he has vacay tomorrow. So he's basically just trying to get them all in. So maybe we get a little lucky that maybe Liam won't be able to focus as heavily on this one specific draft. Yeah, we did the 20 draft challenge. I think those were 10-second clocks. The Chihuahua 2 or something. That was that was stressful. I think everyone else got good entertainment from it though, and I'm glad. Artie in the house. Artie, you would love this team I just drafted yesterday. The Chicago Super Stack. Marv and Garrett Wilson, Gibbs and Debo. Okay, so I like this, especially in these time box contests. Gibbs and Debo, if people are going to be correlating this Detroit game, you're likely to see it with Gibbs and Ayuk just because of ADP. We see Travis Kelce go off at 19. Tell me the casuals are not back. Tell me the casuals are not back. I kind of want to just go Barkley here for once, but let's go Devontae Adams first. I'm feeling the bark box right now. Let's do it. Let's bring in the bark box at 26. And we get a falling Adams at 23. All right. We're up big. I like this start. I need to mix in a little more Barkley. I'm starting to get a little sketched being super low on him. And it's not that I think he's a good value. He's probably not a good value, boys. Like, especially where you have like ETN going. It's one player. I still want Barkley. He's going to leverage some very elite pieces, 2 receivers in the first 3 rounds. Hurts, who goes in round 4. He's going to leverage some elite pieces. So I don't want to be a 0. Right now we're at 3%, and this is through like 270 drafts, post NFL draft. Shout out to Josh in the live stream. What's up, baby? Partner at bestballoverlay.com. Promo code, all caps, pounders for 33% off. Drop the promo. Slap the like, do it, because Cam seems mad. Cam seems mad. This isn't like he hit the caps lock and then he typed it. No, he held down. He held down shift for that one. Ride or die, 0% Barkley crew. I get it. He's not going to be the best advance rate piece, but with certainty, can you say that Barkley doesn't separate from the crowd? I'll get him. I'll take him when he falls. Like at 26, that feels dumb to me. Like if you can give me Barkley every time at 26, I'll definitely be a field. I will definitely be a field. I want to see where Barkley moves. I'll draft more of him in August. Right. But in these time box contests, to get him falling, it's also going to depend on which room you're in. Like, you can still see some of these receivers moving up, which is why we were lower on A-Chan, which is why we were lower on some of these other RBs. Whoa. Oh, Hollywood. Look at this. Mahomes at 30. Homer. We have just the week 16 and 17 correlations up on the screen, and we do have a hover option that Josh put in for the game spreads. These are going to update every time the spreads update. And yeah, the wide receiver cliff is here, and guess what? Couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. It couldn't be us, boys. We are not being buried today. G-Unit 99, however. Hope you like the snow. We hope you like the snow. It's not even that bad, but Godwin at 49 just seems so expansive. Here, let's fuck around with Pacheco. Let's now leverage the KC side of things. Okay, boys, I promise you I'm not on auto draft. I promise you I'm not on auto draft. He's running behind. This is Artie, people forget, like, Philly's going to have a top 5 O-line. Philly's going to have a top 5 O-line. What a great start. Yeah, we're just absolutely scooping. Nick Bach wants to know what joining the YouTube spoons means. This is a spitting image. Get your spoons out, boys. Get the spoons out. This is the mega scoop. This is what my nans used to cook, like, her good homemade soups with. Big wooden spoon. And this is a team for the bye week bros. We can't forget about them. Typically they're probably in the eliminator right now. But Ben says the tush push isn't going anywhere. It doesn't have to. Dude, Swift sucked. He sucked at the goal line last year. They gave him opportunities. He blew. That's why they had to do so many tush pushes. Like, Saquon, what's his touchdown line at? Does anyone have his touchdown line? Quick Google search probably can get me there. Yeah, Swift was not good at the goal line, which is why I've been drafting so much Rashawn Johnson. Of course, it's a super late pick. If it misses, like, I really don't give a 2 Fs. 37% just feels like he could be a mega riser. 7.5, 10.5. So those are some varying. Yeah, Swift sucked. With a good O-line. Now he goes to Chicago. Liam going very balanced. No surprise here to see the Josh Allen brings in the Buffalo Cook. We got to have Liam on the show soon. Do you guys want to see Liam on the pound? Maybe we'll reach out, see if he'll we can get him on a segment here. Oh, the rice would have been so clean. What do we do here? Ugh. I sort of just want to go Rashad White and make it work. We're done at RB for a long time. This is probably going to be a hyper fragile now that we bring in White here at 71. So flipping between my ranks and ADP every now and then just to see what underdoggers are doing. But this is going to be Lad or JSN. I'm cool with either or. And actually, Lad, probably go Lad here. We have a good amount of targets between these three. Lad, the upside, unknown. Also, I want more Herbert, and I've noticed I haven't been getting a ton of Justin Herbert. So maybe we make this a Herbert team. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You can start slow, but you can still make up for it. He says late, but still smacking the like. There's a thing we can learn from Putt Daddy 78. Kyler at 75. This room is going wild, man. There's just some. We got the KC drafter here with Kelsey at 19, Mahomes at 30, Hollywood, Worthy. He's getting this little KC super stack, which, I mean, just like historically, probably not the best in recent years. It's gonna work this year. All right, that's what he said. That's what the 6 spot said. Keon Coleman at 79. Jason at 80, Aaron Jones, Evan Ingram, and now on Liam. This is probably going to be around like a Lockett or Sutton pick, I would think. It could be Curtis Samuel. It's going to be Curtis Samuel. What am I thinking? We go with Kamara. He goes the falling sword Kamara because he thinks he can get Curtis Samuel on the way back around, potentially. "99% of the time, this is Curtis Samuel for Liam. 15-second clock, however, still gets it. Still gets it. A-Rod liking the team. Shout out to some of the boys in the draft as well. Bestball Viper, no follower on the Twitter machine. Quick Nick. Nick, is this you, Nick Bach? Is this you, Nick? And then we have Paid, Liam, and Shock at 12. Shock bringing in Najee and Cortland Sutton on the 7-8 turn here. Gibbs, Derrick Henry, Debo, Tank Dell, D-Hop, Deontay Johnson, Cortland Sutton. Bro, you caught up. You caught up at receiver. Like, good recovery there for having 2 running backs through 3 rounds. Good recovery. Impressive. As one would say, impressive. If we secure Palmer here, do we just get Justin Herbert for free? Oh, God. He goes James Conner. If Bowers is here, I would be tempted to go Bowers. I can't go Tyler. I can't go Palmer over Tyler Lockett. I just can't. I can't do it. I tried. 21%. We've actually been slowing down on Lockett. He's been getting pulled up. This is a good thing. All right. The 1 spot gets Palmer. Oh, Shaheed would have been the click. Maybe we do go to Njoku here. How do we think of... Oh, fuck it. We're going to stop at 4 running backs. With Mostert. Look at these percents, guys. 3%, 2%, 7% Mostert's got to be a hole in the portfolio. I think it's because we're going a lot of Ferguson here. We're going a lot of even Jaden Daniels. B-Rob we have ranked up here. We have Singletary ranked up here, but we're not drafting him here. I guess we have a lot of Tyler Lockett in this spot too. That makes sense. So getting some more Raheem Mostert in this tier of running backs, I think is pretty good, especially when James Conner's off the board. And this would have been a good team this would have been a good Jonathan Brooks team. In hindsight, a good Jonathan Brooks team. We can support him early season if he starts slow or whatever it may be. And then we're still getting that end of season upside to pair with Barkley, Pacheco, White. Just something to think about there. We could have also gone Jonathan Brooks. quick Nick with the Arizona stacks here. A little week 16 bring back with Jonathan Brooks. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, this team is hashtag win the flex. Rockhard says I have literally 0% Mostert. Yeah, in this range, I want to be at least at field in this range of RBs. This is like the 0 RB land territory. If you were going wide receiver, elite QB, elite tight end, heavy, this is not a bad range. Round 9 to start drafting running backs and be able to grab 2 of these guys. That's why the strategy feels even stronger this year. Yeah, this is... And in 15-second clocks, are you guys seeing people make more panic picks that don't make sense? But this is a good shout by Artie. The badge list. And we're talking about this. It's not all badge lists, but like stereotypes go, it's not usually everyone. However, they lean into the take. They definitely lean into the take most days. Javonte off at 114. Jordan Love, little slide here to 113. Do we have to go Herbert here at 119? I think so. Otherwise, we risk him taking him, or we try to get him 10 picks after ADP. Just doesn't feel super likely. Let's bring in Herbert here. I'm tempted to also bring in Pat Fry as our first tight end at 122. Hashtag go get your guys. He brings in Goff with the little JMO Sam Laporta. Real nice. Based on ADP, it's Corum here. We do like Corum. How about at pick 143? Ooh, do we just say hashtag like live a lot a bit? No, let's go Pat Fry here. Let's play it safe. Let's play it safe. We'll bring in our first tight end. We reach up for 2 picks here, which is what you sort of have to do when you're drafting on the front of the board or the very back. You have to have, and I like to do it in like a plus. I try to keep it within a round. So here it's 14 picks. However, we could get boxed at QB, and that's something that happens when you're also on the fronts or the backs of the draft. So refusing for that to happen in this one, we're just going and getting our guy. Especially in the last couple streams. Like, we've been trying to push people. It's just people are shutting down our plans. Oh dear, Cam. I do not want to unpack what that means truly. You're going to get your goat horns this year in Underdog. Sir, we have our horns, my friend. We have our horns. We have a thick set of horns here. Those are Russell Wilson horns. A healthier HM reduces that number slightly, but Mostert... Right. If he wasn't successful in the red zone last year, in the goal line, within the 5, like, where would he be going? He'd be going much later, right? But we saw that success. They pay him. Seems like they're going to use him in a similar light. They bring in a running back that, in Jalen Wright, in the draft, that isn't like a 15-touch guy. He's probably going to be in the range of like 5 to 6 touches. So I like Mostert in that role. James, welcome to the live stream, says, what's going on, Pounders? What's up, baby? Yeah, I agree, Art. I agree. That's where it's like I want to be at field with Mostert. Again, the click, he is leveraging 3 players that go in the first 2 rounds. 3 players that go in the top 26 picks. If you haven't noticed, I like running backs like that. If you haven't noticed, leveraging Philly when we don't have, Philly players. Leveraging KC when we don't have the KC pass catchers. We're always looking for that small edge. Ooh, now the QBs fly. So Kirk Cousins. We still have Staffy, Deshaun Watson. I guess we could have double tapped. This is probably going to be a Mooney for us. Mooney here and most likely Hunter Henry. Can we wait on Hunter Henry, though? Probably not. The boys aren't going to let me get my guys. I just got to go get them. Should we have gone T-Law with this Pat? Was he avail? Fuck. This definitely should have been a T-Law pick at 122. You live and you learn. Let's go Hunter Henry here. Catch up at tight end. This is closer to where we have him ranked as well. Definitely should have double tapped J Herb and T-Law. Would have been a nice pairing at QB. I don't think you have to go a third there either. Probably a good advance rate duo as well. But we'll make this work. We have Geno. We have ideas. We have the Geno option. Is this the Minshew Magic team with Devontae Adams? Do we just lean into the mustache? God. Oh, God. This is the reason why we didn't finish second in the Dalmatian last year is because 2 teams in the 40-team final, 2 teams had CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams. And we had CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra. Disgusting. Literally the combo you needed for the nuts. Wild. In a 40-team final. And I think that was like, it was close to ADP, but Devontae Adams, if you remember, went in the middle. He went at like 16 towards the end of summer. And you had CeeDee Lamb going at like 11 or 12. So it wasn't a click based on ADP. Amon-Ra actually was. Okay. So we bring in the bring back with Hunter Henry for this Charger stack for week 17. We might have to do some backdoor stacking, boys. We might have to get some backdoor stacks. Take on Rice seems off. Bigger and almost as fast as Achane. Yeah, go back to his college stats. He's not an every down guy. He's kind of, I think they're going to use him in that Swiss Army knife role where it's like change of pace back behind Mostert and Achane. I don't see him without injury really hitting very hard at all. So I get the upside, but I don't love betting on other players getting hurt for it to get there. 147, we will start mixing it in when it makes sense, but goddamn. We knew it was going to dry up, boys. We knew it was going to dry up. All good things come to an end. However, we're bringing in our second QB stack with Lockett and the Geno Meister. Is Fance there? And now we're bringing in that double stack, boys. Let's bring in the double. Hashtag live. Live a little bit. Pat Fry, Hunter Henry, and Noah Fant. That's a tight end room. We can look at ourselves in the mirror after this draft and say, I tried my best. I tried my best. Got a ton of Chuba. Yeah, where are we at on Chuba? 11%. 11% Chubes. I like the bet. I think it's very similar to Jerome Ford. Will Jerome Ford have more of a role when Chubb is back versus Chuba when Jonathan Brooks is back? You can make that argument that he could still have a third down type role. Pat, I just realized I'm accidentally at 1% Nico Collins. Going to correct that, but man, so hard for me to click him. And that's where having your exposures up on the screen with the overlay allows you to really find the holes in your portfolio quick. And for the price of one Pitbull, you can literally fix your portfolio. At the same time, you can go in, you can see your player combos. So we started this team. We started this team with CeeDee Lamb, right? Lamb. And then we went Adams. We're going to have Lamb Adams teams. We have 3 of them. Do we have any Lamb Adams Saquon teams? We have none. So this is a unique combo for our portfolio. And we're talking, this is all post NFL draft. This is 253 teams. You could also come in here and set it to whatever tournament you want. So if it's just high stakes, if it's just Bestball Mania, whatever it may be. Bestballoverlay.com, promo code, all caps, Pounders. Levis goes off at 183. We need a third QB for this team. I don't know if he's going to be there. Hold on, boys. Hold on. Heal. Okay, Daniel Jones, that's one of the QBs we're looking at. Purple, Nurple. Of course, he doesn't have any New Orleans players. Okay. Be kind. Let's go. Feels good. It really does feel good to bring in Drake May here. We have the Hunter Henry stack. Now we have both sides of this Week 17 game. Don't love doing that, but at the same point, Drake May could be just a really good piece for this squad. Now, do we go Javon Baker? ADP whore. We'll go Javon Baker here. We'll solidify this double stack. If we don't go Baker here, we're probably looking to bring in a last round Kendrick Bourne. So the team so far, Justin Herbert, Geno Smith, Drake May, Saquon Barkley, Pacheco, White, and Mostert. Bye week bros, very happy. Lamb, Adams, Christian Kirk, Ladd McConkey, Tyler Lockett, Darnell Mooney, Javon Baker, Pat Fry, Hunter Henry, and Noah Fant. Doesn't it feel like our team's full? Doesn't it feel like we don't even need that 18th round guy? But guess what? We're going to take it. Dylan, what's up, man? Welcome to the live stream. Ben says, I have Ayuk paired with every first round player, which feels pretty good. It's nice. It's nice to go through the portfolio and see that you're balanced. Or, here's a good example. The big board. When Devontae Adams went at the 2-3 turn. My highest drafted player with CMC in the big board was Devontae Adams. Well, now it's a combo that if it falls to you, like you're probably pretty lucky just based on ADP, Adams going at 19 now. So even if you are high on a 1-2 pick combo, maybe you think that's going to be potential risers. Yeah, you should target it early. And then maybe you get different with that third pick, right? So if I have 30% Devontae Adams with my CMC shares, maybe I don't want to be at 50% Jalen Waddle, who's going in this range in the big board. Maybe I don't want to be at 50% Mike Evans. Maybe I want to spread it between Waddle, Evans, Kupp, DK. And that's where you get different with your favorite 1-2 combo. You don't always have to get different just to diversify. Nice. Ooh, the Malik click. See, I'm okay with Malik, but if Malik hits, Odell probably misses, and maybe Liam's just fine with that because it's a 17th, 18th round click. Just sort of guaranteeing one of those guys hits. Garrett Wilson, Marv, Diggs, Curtis Samuel, Mike Williams, Wandale. I think Wandale's a good click for this team. Michael Wilson also. It's a little light at receiver, but There are. We see them all the time in our Discord. Not all the time, but every week. Someone's posting, yeah, someone got it. Is this just Khalif Raymond here? I like Tyler Boyd for this team as well, but getting a piece of the Detroit offense. Feels pretty decent here. Feels pretty good. Nice. So we got a few double stacks with our QB2 and QB3. We have week 17 correlation. And then we got a single stack with Justin Herbert. And maybe if we don't get our last tight end in Fant, maybe we do go Hayden Hurst on that team. And I think that is definitely viable there. These aren't players that like we're super overly exposed on, even though I'm trying to catch up. Geno Smith, I like him as a late value. Herbert, like I'm really trying to get this exposure up recently. But shout out to Quick Nick in the 3 spot. I believe this is Nick Bach. Kyler and Deshaun, Jonathan Taylor at 22. James Conner, Brooks, Corum, Wright, and Vidal really leaning into those rookies. I don't mind it. You definitely need some shit to go right. Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, Amari Cooper, Rice, Dobbs, Pearsall, Zay Jones, Hyatt, Trey McBride, and Kate Otten. So it has this triple stack with Kyler. He has both QBs on the week 17 side of things. My rule of thumb, and these, like Deshaun Watson at 171, you have correlation with Amari Cooper. Like, who cares? Basically, who cares? It could be a flat week scoring at QB, like no one seriously separating, no 40-point games from anyone. And who's to say that it's not a Deshaun Watson week? So we did this last year where we stacked. The thing is, it was last year we focused, it was Dallas and Detroit, and we super stacked both sides. And we said, okay, we'll just take the QB from the highest scoring QB from the highest scoring game on the week 17 slate. It didn't end up working because they both scored around 18 to 22 points, and Lamar separated that week. But I do think if you're going to do it, depending on price, correlation, like this wasn't forced at all. I'm fine with that combo, even though they play each other week 17. But we did the same thing. And again, it comes down to price. The price of the Drake May stack. It doesn't, I'm not really phased about it being a low scoring game. He could just be a good advance rate piece to get you there. You know, that correlation's just a little extra, and it's a third QB. A couple different ways to think about it. Bestball Viper, 4 QBs, 5 receivers. Actually, Zeke is RB3, 5 running backs, 7 receivers. JJ, Waddle, Pickens, Brian Thomas, AD, Josh Downs. So brings in that double stack, correlated with both QB2 and QB3 at tight end. Dude, we're 0% Hawk. Officially. He has a percent. Because it will just show nothing if it's actually 0 shares. He has a percent, but it's 0. It's very small. Maybe a little thin at receiver. I like the McMillan click for this team. Definitely leaning into, a couple of these, 2 of these 3 rookies hitting. I don't know how I feel about this. I know it's a last round click, but we've seen last round clicks hit. And if I'm going to do it, I want it to be like a rookie. Just lean into one of these 2 guys. Because at the start of the season, you're guaranteeing, without any other injuries to your squad, you're guaranteeing that you can't have more than 17 players hit your lineup. From day one. Well, you're only going to get one of these guys. And then, I don't know. I like to just lean into one of them. Give me J.J. McCarthy for end of season. Even if Sam Darnold starts the season, like you're looking for end of season upside with that double stack in Minnesota. You already have A-Rich and Dak to pad you. To spend a 4th pick, it's just a lot. It's a lot. Give me a late Tyler Boyd or something on this team. Paid in the 8 spot, Burrow and Love. Breece Hall, Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard, Chase Brown, Chuba Hubbard, and Khalil Herbert. Fun RB room. Oh, baby. Very balanced at QB. Gets the fall on Love, 15 picks. Olave, Neighbors, T. Higgs, Jordan Addison, JSN, Quentin Johnson, and Marvin Mims. Schultz, Musgrave, and Okonkwo. Correlated pick with Musgrave. He's got the Week 17 bring back and Jordan Addison in this Green Bay, Minnesota game. He also has the Week 16 bring back in Olave. Week 17 bring back in the Joe Burrow Denver game. Really well correlated Week 16 and 17. He has the double stack with Chase Brown and T. Higgs. Nice team. Nice team. Take some falling values. Very balanced. Very balanced. I agree with the 3 tight ends on this squad. Let's cover Liam's team. We know he's live right now. Josh Allen and Tua. I like the pairing. James Cook, Kamara, Sharbs, Ty Chandler, Nick Chubb. Kamara's still falling. He's still falling. I like him in this range of like 83 to 85, 87. We're starting to just sprinkle a little Kamara in. Garrett Wilson, Marv, Diggs, Curtis Samuel as wide receiver 4. Mike Williams, Wandale, Michael Wilson, Odell, and Malik. I don't necessarily think you need the 2 Jets receivers as bringbacks in that game, but Pitts and Njoku, that's very strong. Okay. Strong at QB, strong at tight end. Maybe a little under par at running back, although I like the Ty Chandler pick, especially for padding a late Nick Chubb. Like, that's a very fun combo. You could do a similar thing with Chuba, in my opinion. Chuba, I think he's going to have a bigger role early in the season where maybe Nick Chubb ends up on the pup. So I'm good with this RB room. So just receiver, and he has 9 of them. It's just a well-balanced team. Leaning a little more into uncertainty at receiver after the first 3. Shock Trauma at 12. Purdy, Lawrence, and Bryce Young. The bye week bros are happy. T-Law at 132. God damn. I'm curious if we should have gone T-Law. Look back at it. Gibbs, Henry, Harris, Ray Davis, and Gibson. It's a very fun RB room. Like, I mean, these are hashtag my guys right here. 14% plus. We have 5% Gibbs. Debo, Tank Dell, Hopkins, Deontay Johnson, Cortland Sutton, Gabe, and Tolbert with Goddard, Likely, and Sanders. I think you can lean into 2 tight ends, but 3 doesn't kill you. You get a double stack with Bryce Young. You have the single stack with Debo and Purdy with the bring back week 17 with Gibbs. Single stack T-Law. I mean, you made it work. You made it work at the end of the draft. You bring in Gabe and a falling T-Law, and you have the week 17 bring back in D-Hop. That's definitely worth it. That's definitely worth it. Way to make it work in the 12 spot there, drafted next to Liam. Shock. Very good team. Very good team. Very well-balanced team. Would you guys want one more receiver? Like, so we have the double stack in Carolina. Don't have the bring back. I think you can go either way. I think you can lean into this group. Like, it probably leans pretty heavily into, I mean, obviously your top 4 you're leaning into. Maybe Gabe Davis being a wide receiver 3 this year. It's funny, like at the start of last season, he actually showed a little bit of consistency with targets, and then he went back to Gabe Davis land. But how many likes do we have? I think we rip another draft, boys. What do you think? 41 likes? Psh, we are definitely ripping another draft for the boys. We are definitely ripping another draft. And it's going to be, drum roll please, a 15-seconder. Curious what you guys like better. Maybe we'll drop a poll on the stream. 15 seconds or 30 seconds? Which ones do you prefer to see streamers do? Like, do you prefer to see more drafts or more methodical thinking? Ferda. Round 2. Yeah, I agree. 4 QBs is playing not to lose, not playing to win. I agree. Nick Bach. Okay, he's in this one. Nick Bach at the 2. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. This room's looking juicy. We got Benny at 8. Oh, God. I don't think there's a ton of pounders. Jordan says I'm at 10. Yeah, let me know where you guys are so I can cover your team. Oh, yeah. When the YouTube name doesn't match the Underdog name, that's where you get me. That's where you throw me off, boys. You throw me off. C40 says, I prefer 15 second for drafting and for streams. 30 second for the breakdown live. I do think that you get a little more out of the 30 second. Where in the 15 second, I'm probably a little more hyper-focused on my build. But it does make it easier having the overlay. It does make it a lot easier. And to see your guys' correlation as well. Benny says, I hate the 8 spot, but 8 is my favorite number. So conflicted. This is... Yeah, 8's... 8 for me is just running back. Like, just give me running back. Do we turn our exposures on just for this contest? We're going Bijan here. Hashtag live a little bit. Hashtag live a little bit. Bijan at 4. We're going to double tap receiver here. And then we're going to be off to the races. Let's build something different. Tier break after 8. 8 better than 9. I agree. I feel like the worst pick in the draft is 10. 10 or 11. But I also don't mind Garrett Wilson this year. I also don't mind making the bet on Garrett Wilson and Rodgers. Live a little bit. Jordan says crazy. Bullseye 6. After the Bijan pick, you get JJ at 5. Chase goes at 6. Philip in the house, probably celebrating that he gets Chase at 6. Maybe he gets a different combo here, but it's tough to get different combos in the second round because of how many people are actually pulling up different player combos. 12 is Cheeks. 12 could be Cheeks this year. 12 could be Cheeks. You right. Gibbs at 14 to go with Garrett Wilson. See if anyone does anything different here. See the Marv Mike Evans. That's going to be different. Nico Collins to go with Puka. Drake London, AJ Brown. Yes, please. I like that combo. We got a Bijan. We do have a Bijan Drake London start, I believe. So this... Maybe I should turn on my exposures just for this certain contest. So I'm seeing, different time box exposures. Might be even smarter than setting it to all drafts post NFL draft. On ADP, it's Devontae Adams here. I'm going to live a little bit. We want neighbors on the way back around for this week 16. See if it happens. If not, we have to go receiver. We're not doing the same thing we did last draft. Even though that hyperfragile was fire. Come on, that hyperfragile was fire. Barkley, Pacheco, White, and Mostert. Could be the one, man. Could be the one. Devontae Adams at 22. Devonta Smith, DK Metcalf, DJ Moore. Dude, Cup's catching up to neighbors, man. Cup is catching up. Cool. So we do get neighbors here. And we are off. The wide receivers are still being pushed up, and it's going to happen even more. As we get further into the summer. Cooper Kupp goes off at 30. Fossil brings in Kyron with Waddle and JJ. Benny on the clock at 8. Breece Hall, Olave, goes Michael Pittman Jr. For me, and I don't know if anyone else feels this way, I feel like it's so risky to bring in Michael Pittman. You're basically praying that A-Rich comes back to you in the right spot. Because in order for Pittman to hit, if Pittman hits, isn't A-Rich just a top 3 QB, like automatically? If Pittman outpays this ADP, doesn't that mean A-Rich is a top 3 QB? Or does it mean A-Rich gets hurt and Joe Flacco throws to Pittman a million times? Like, I guess it could mean either or. Fantasy Football Garage, what's up, brother? Fellow streamer says, enjoying some vacay. Touching some grass, perhaps. Pittman feels safer than Kupp to me. I don't want safety in the 3rd round, though. I don't want safety. Trey McBride at 36 seems early. 10 picks before ADP. The 12 spot is just literally getting his guys. ADPs are turned off like that. Griffin, the live stream, brings in Puka, Nico, Zay Flowers, and Tank Dell. Tank Dell going at 39. Nice little 5-pick slide on Dell. Sheesh. Nice. Travis Kelce off the board. He didn't want us to live too hard with that week 17 matchup. I'm just going Lamar here, boys. I'm just going Lamar here. We'll figure out the rest later. If we get Andrews, we'll bring in Andrews. If not, again, I don't mind hitting running back in this range, and then we're looking to bring in 2 receivers here. Could be falling behind if we wait on receiver, but so maybe if Andrews isn't there, we go receiver. Let's see who comes to us. And again, like those rookies in this range of Ladd, let me put it on based on ADP. Ladd, Brian Thomas, these rookies are falling. Like they're sliding. You have Keon Coleman all the way down here. Not typically doing that too much without Josh Allen. But it is a little more safe to push receivers back to this range of 69, 75. Just because you can sort of lean into one of those rookies hitting or 2. So we'll see what comes to us. Nick Bach with a 0-1-3-0 with Barkley at 26. Back-to-back drafts. Mahomes at 50. Pairs it with Hollywood. In Mark M85, there is a 1% chance you get Tua, sir. 1%. Now it's 0. Just kidding. Not kidding. Not kidding at all. We're going Pacheco here. We're going Pacheco at 52. Ooh. Ooh. Pairing Debo with Bijan feels good too, right? Maybe you have a CMC injury. You have Debo. Maybe no CMC injury. But you have Debo who can leverage CMC pretty well with stealing a rushing touchdown. We saw that multiple times last year. 5 times, to be exact. And we know he didn't play every single game. Ridley should be going in the early 40s. Yeah, I don't mind the Ridley click here as well. Yeah, we're doing some different shit. We want Mark Andrews here. If Mark Andrews and Pacheco are both gone, we're probably bringing up Ridley to 52. The only reason we don't is with that chance that we get D-Hop at 69. It's 1 pick after his ADP. I think the hate on Ridley actually comes from influencers that say D-Hop is such a better pick because of ADP. But now it's less than 2-round difference. And you're seeing people go back to the Ridley click, which I think is fine at his ADP. Yeah, Nick says that dude effed us both. Yeah, he did. He goes Jalen Hurts here to snipe Nick Bach, and then he goes Mark Andrews to snipe us. This guy is a menace. Where's the Waddle drafter? The 5 spot. You can save us, man. 5 spot. You have to go Tua at 101. or 116. Depends. Will he go 2 at 99? No. No way. All right. We're probably just going to go with Deontay Johnson here to start. And then we'll just take one of the rookies if they come to us. Yeah, we're going Deontay Johnson here first. Lad McConkey goes off the board next. Yeah, those receivers, the receivers are flying off in this room. You have Rice go at 60. You have DeAndre Hopkins go at 62. The receivers are flying off in this room. So we're really going to be targeting likely on the way back around. And that's a nice leverage piece for the chalky Lamar, Mark Andrews teams. Not to say Lamar likely won't be any less chalky, but we get to at least leverage that take where we didn't have the opportunity to bring in likely on this team. It feels like we have to go Kittle here at 76. We'll bring in the double stack in San Fran. We're going to put ourselves literally in the wide receiver avalanche right now. We are sending signals as we speak. Oh, God. This is uncomfortable territory, boys. This is uncomfortable territory. This is probably going to be a 2-5-9-2, if I had to guess. We're going to need to catch up at receiver. But I'm not reaching on Lockett here. Like, I'm not doing it. I don't feel like bringing in Keon Coleman, clearly. Kamara goes off at 81. Ingram off. So coming back to us at 93, like, I think we can double tap receiver here. We can go running back receiver. We don't have to force 2 receiver clicks if we don't like it. Sometimes just taking the best value in the rounds is the way to go. Let's go. Keon Coleman goes off at 83. Zamir White. What are your guys' takes on Zamir White? Like, is Zamir White going to be the RB1 in Vegas the whole year? Like, does anyone think that's safe? Because I feel like you could just wait on it. Like, how much can he rise if we know he's the RB1, right? There's clear certainty that he's the RB1. How much does he rise versus the amount of risk? Okay. People are leaning in. Zamir White feels pretty safe. I think just the offense as a whole sketches me out. And my go-to is just drafting running backs on good teams. Like, it's simple. It's simple for me. So the one thing is, if we go running back here, or even Ferguson, like a falling Ferguson is such a trap pick for us. Purdy at 113. Are we going to be able to get him at 117? We have to find where the Ayuk drafter is, and it's usually to our right, and it is. It's the 6 bot who has just Joe Burrow. He's going to have 2 cracks at it. Or do we go Purdy at 100? I feel like when we do take Debo and Kittle, it feels like we should do this. Let the avalanche continue. Let the avalanche continue. Dude, I'm not a big RAS score guy. He's not without risk. They could sign a free agent. I'm not even overly worried about free agents, but it's more the unforeseen moves that I worry about. If they sign a free agent, I think that's probably good for Zamir White. Depending who it is, I don't really think there's anyone left out there that would truly hurt him. Like, we're talking about, like, P. Ryan. Like, is Kareem Hunt? Kareem Hunt still needs a job. I'm not too worried about the free agents. They signed Madison. Hashtag never Madison. Yeah. It's kind of gross. It's kind of gross. And that's where they signed Madison. Like, that makes me think even more that there's a chance they bring someone else in. We have a 2-2-4-1, boys. We need help. We need help. We might be donating right now to the live stream. So we may as well give away a YouTube membership to the subscribers on the stream. 51 likes. We are definitely throwing a YouTube membership in the chat. After our next 2 picks, we're going to be giving away a YouTube membership to those that are in the live stream. So if you're on the Twitter machine, hit the link, jump in, hit the sub so you can be entered into win a free YouTube membership to the channel. You'll have probably like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Enough time to reset your password, figure out your stuff. Level Robin says, sheesh. Welcome to the live stream, dude. New commenter. Yeah, we're burying, boys. We're burying. But we're gonna bury out. We're gonna unbury. Then we will celebrate by eating berries. Do we just say fuck it and go? Let's say fuck it and go Khalil Shakir. Does this guy end up getting Tua? We have a vendetta against the 3 spot. He doesn't even know it. He doesn't even know it. Both Nick Bach and I brutally sniped. The Devonta Smith, he goes Hurts at 46 right before. We have Lamar, he goes Mark Andrews. Mark, you're not making friends, sir. You were not making friends. Jordan Love, T-Law, Gabe Davis. Nice little double tap there by the 1 spot. Bringing in that Jacksonville correlation. Says, I will not be boxed out of QB. Ha! He gets T-Law. Not T-Law, Tua here. I think we're still climbing out of the rut right now. I could see the case for both of these guys, Myers or Mike Williams. I think if we had maybe a little more certain start, we would bring in upside in Mike Williams for end of season. But I like Jacoby for this certain team. I like Jacoby here. Are you guys comfortable with just Kittle and Likely? Like, are you comfortable stopping with just Kittle and Likely, or do you guys want a third for that? All right, let's give the dono. Let's give the dono here. Good luck to all the subscribers. Appreciate you guys coming out, slapping the like on the live stream, doing all the good things that you guys do every single day. Going in the tank. 1 YouTube membership. Who gets it? Smooth Criminal? No. Eric Greenstein. Congrats, dude. Dude, the next comment was Smooth. I was like, I thought he was already a member. He is. He puts up the hashtag my guy. Yeah, drop some spoons. Drop some spoons for Eric. Congrats, dude. Ben says, I did Kittle, Juwan, and stopped at 2 earlier today. I like Kittle and Juwan. I think that's a freaking super sharp combo. Super sharp combo. Too Cool Rad reached out to me today and said, we need a sniper emoji. Is that true? Do we need one? Because I'll make one. I'll make one tonight. If you guys have emoji ideas, I got you. We deliver. Who do we want? Ricky Pearsall. Do we bump up Ricky to this range? I think we do. But I also like Polk here. I also like Josh Downs here. Oh, man. So conflicted. I want to lean into Deontay Johnson, so it's Polk or Ricky. It Could be Downs too. I could be tickled into Downs there as well. How much Josh Downs we have? We have 21%. I'm trying to come off the click a little bit. Maybe we get to 8% on Polk here. We bring in some unknown upside in the rookie. Crosshairs? Oh. You got me. I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm sold. All right, we caught up at receiver, boys. Right? Are we recovered yet? Are we? I feel like we're on the way down the mountain. We're skiing. We're having a good time. Maybe we stop for a few beers. Who knows? Maybe we stop for a few beers. Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy, Bijan and Pacheco. Okay. It might be time to click RB. Let me see. 165, 172. Fuck it. Fuck it. We're bringing in Josh Downs here. The fall was too much, man. That might have been the trap pick. 148, we get Josh Downs. 3 by week 14. It's not a big deal. We have our top 3 receivers. We have Shakir, Myers. We're good. We could be done at receiver now. We recovered so well that we might be done at receiver. We might be able to go with 2.682 or a 2.583. See how the balance changes based on what you're taking, where you're taking it. It would have been nice to get a Giants piece. Maybe we get Tracy. To me, Tracy just doesn't seem like a great click right now, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Amazing, I know. Unclick the orange tab now. Timo does not want to see any more receivers on this team. Yeah, I think we caught up. Tracy, big special teams guy. Oh God. That brings happiness to my heart. It's probably true. Late tight ends. We want Likely for this team too. But if Hunter Henry falls to us, I'm not confident that I can't make the click. I think I have to. It's in my blood. But 2 RBs here is probably also very important. Like if we get Antonio Gibson to fall to us, we're very lucky. Oh, it feels so good. If Gibson is not there, we're looking at a world of hurt where we'd really be leaning into our top 2 RBs, which is fine, but Gibson feels this is like that safety blanket. Typically, he's going to be like my RB4 on a team, so this build is just wildly different from anything else we've ever built. Level Robin asks, what quarterbacks do you feel don't have stack most times in best ball? It's probably a QB that like doesn't go drafted just because those stacks could be lower owned. So I think Bo Nix, Russell Wilson, these guys down here, Gardner Minshew. Other than that, rushing QBs, players tend to draft a little more loosely without the stacks. We'll take Bucky here. Thank you very much. Bucky going in the bucket. The recovery is real. We could have gone Likely there, but let's push tight end. Likely is down here. When you look at current ADPs, Likely is down there, so we'll make the push. Yeah, that combo would have been flames, but we had to go. We had to go Antonio Gibson there. If I had one guess what smashes, it's probably 0 RB, but it also depends on how you define 0 RB. So 0 RB by other streamers' terms would be RB24, and you're looking at like Jaylen Warren. I actually don't necessarily love that, but if you push it to that range just before where Warren goes, Like if you push it to like 78, I mean Rashad White goes to 77 here. But if you get in that first running back in like the David Montgomery range, I'm good with that. I'm really good with that range. Getting 2 of these guys after going 6 rounds heavy of maybe you get 4 receivers in the first 6 rounds. Maybe you go elite QB, elite tight end, or maybe you're getting 5 elite, 6 elite receivers, whatever it may be. I do think there's diminishing returns on going 6 straight receivers, but that's just me. Level Robin says, you helped me a lot first year playing Bestball. I played 2 contests, placed 3rd in both, so close to making to the second round both. Congrats, man. Dude, everyone has different starting points too. In the world of Bestball, it's just such a different game from regular fantasy football. And I think you're actually smart for like not overdoing it. It's very easy to overdo it, especially in your first year. Do we push likely successfully? Nice. Ooh, Jordan says first Dobbins share ever. Feeling dirty right now. You disgusting. I mean, he's running. Like there's tape of him. He's moving. He is running. He's active. So I think mixing him in a little bit when he falls is been our game plan on Dobbins. We're at 4%. I'm a little ahead of ADP on him just because of recent reports. Mark, give us Roshan here. Oh my God. This is my safety blanket guy. Obviously, 36%. I feel so warm right now. I feel so warm with RB5, Rashawn Johnson. I feel so warm. People on the Tez click. I get that too. I think we have to be done at receiver. Especially here with the Rashawn Johnson click. I think this last pick could be tight end. It could be running back. RB3 is Gibson. Like this could still be a very tough room. It's going to depend on who's there. I don't think we need a receiver, though. Debo, Neighbors, Deontay Johnson, Sutton, Shakir, Myers, Polk, and Josh Downs. I think we have a good mix of ceiling and floor. Unknown and the known. We have our double stack with Purdy. We have our single stack with Isaiah Likely. Doesn't look like we found any stacks because we were just fighting uphill. We were fighting uphill battle the whole time. And that's what happens when you deviate from from the norm of going heavy receiver early. But I think we end up making a really well-balanced build. Curious what you guys want here with the last click. Yeah, I agree. Let's lean into the unknown. Maybe Baltimore runs more 2 tight end sets this year. I mean, it's going to be Likely versus like Nelson Aguilar. So Keaton Mitchell makes a lot of sense for this team. Let's see if another sleeper we have is available. So it's between Keaton Mitchell or Shipley. Man, we didn't find too many stacks. I think we go Shipley here on this team. I like Keaton Mitchell, but if we had just some more touches through 3-4 RBs, like more guaranteed touches, obviously this is a double anchor RB build with Pacheco and Robinson. But I like the upside of Shipley. He's going to be our first Philly piece. Maybe we get to leverage Barkley if Barkley goes down. Shipley, man. What a name. Shipley shipping contest. It's just the play on words there. All right. I think we're doing another one because who says no? 58 likes. I think we have to do another one. The Pitbull, that was the 5th draft. Nick Bach in the 2 spot with Mahomes and Prescott. Sick combo. Barkley, Edwards, Kendre, Lloyd, Wright, and CEH with Lamb, Devonta Smith, Hollywood, Jordan Addison, Brian Thomas, Wicks, Calvin Austin, Fergie Ferg, Henry, and Jaceki. Probably good with just these two, but he brings in the third tight end. I'm good with the capital spent at receiver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 through 122. I think the RB room's balanced. You're strong at QB. It's a nicely built team. I think personally, I'm leaning into these two tight ends, and then I'm bringing in another receiver. But to each their own. I think it's a pretty well-balanced team still. I believe Bullseye in the 6. Burrow and Staffy. James Cook, Stevenson, Robinson, Blake Corum, Chase Brown. The RB room is very strong. I think might have overspent. I think you can stop here. Give a good amount of guaranteed touches here with B-Rob, especially Corum, Chase Brown. I think you can stop at 5. Jamar Chase, Ayuk, Cup, Reed, Bateman, Zay Jones. Yeah, I'm going to need another receiver in here. And I like Ty Chandler. Like, we're at 13%. I think going receiver in this range would have helped this team a lot. Kelsey, K-Dot, and Jelani. You could also take a click off of, I'm probably leaning into the Kelsey click. When you go Kelsey at 43, you're basically saying he's a top 2 tight end. So how many times is Jelani Woods or K-Dot really going to outscore him? So I think you very easily could have gone 2-6-8-2 or 2-5-9-2. You could have done some different things, but one more receiver in this range I think would have been nice. Benny in the 8 spot, Pounder. A-Rich and Derek Carr. So a little bit of floor with Derek Carr and a lot of ceiling with A-Rich. I like that combo. I've been catching up on Derek Carr. This was very low and for no reason at all. Like, he goes at pick 201. Like, he could just be a really good advance rate piece. He could just be a good value. We know his ceiling's not necessarily crazy, but at pick 200? 200? Breece Hall, Tony Paul, and Mostert at 113. Oh, my God. Benny had his spoon out, man. Just absolutely scooping. Mostert at 113. Charbonnet and Ray Davis. Love this RB room. Chris Olave, Michael Pittman, Kirk, Calvin Ridley. So you don't get buried at receiver. Curtis Samuel, Mike Williams, Ricky, Demarcus Robinson, Slayton. It's a fun one. Brings in a little week 16 correlation with A-Rich and Pittman and Ridley, and then a week 17 correlated piece with Slayton, Ingram, and Jonnu Smith. I think that's a fun combo as well. This is a really nice team. Really, really nice team from Ben. Griffin, the live stream, goes 3 QBs, 3-5-8-2, Caleb, Baker Mayfield, and Drake May. I like that as well. See if he correlated it. Yeah. Joe Mixon, Jonathan Brooks is the week 17 bring back. Swift, Trey Benson, and J.K. Dobbins. This is because I felt dirty. He said I felt dirty after this click. He brings in the week 17 correlated Dobbins. So maybe he had that planned with going a late Drake May. Puka, Nico, Flowers, Tank Dell, Rome, Demario Douglas, Michael Wilson. I think this is well balanced here. 5 receivers through Odunze, brings in Douglas. He correlates it. He gets a bring back. He gets Komet and Schultz, which I think is okay. It's probably a little on the lighter side, but leaning into this too, I'm completely fine with it. It's a nice draft. Damn, boys. You boys are in mid-season form. Like 100% mid-season form. And now, it's time to prove yourselves. Again. Where it matters most. In the draft room. +2. +2. I'm kind of happy. I'm sorry, boys. I'm sorry. If you guys are interested in the overlay, seeing the playoff games, the spreads of the games, your exposures on screen, as well as having the draft tool to go along with it. And my God, we have a huge update coming to this. But if you're interested in that, bestballoverlay.com, promo code Pounders, all caps for 33% off. It's the price of 1 Pitbull. Save a streamer today. Save your portfolio today. Click the link. Go sign up. You will not be disappointed. Literally 0 cancellations. Oh my God, we snuck in. We snuck in. We snuck in. I don't recognize anyone. This is so good. Eric goes, damn, missed it. Yeah, man. Really wanted you in the room, Eric. Really wanted you in the room. Stealing my EV. No, it's better drafting with the noobs if you get lucky. Yeah, I think this could be the one. Yo, that's good. Alpha, head of PR for bestballoverlay.com now, says, started using the overlay, and I've lost 10 pounds. It works. J-Dub says, missed it. Scoot, welcome to the live stream, dude. I'm supposed to be working on gambling. I think you need a comma there, on gambling. Pounders drafts are minus EV. 100%. The teams I draft off stream. But I mean, I provide rankings. I provide a BBM draft guide. It's the whole 9. It's the whole 9. The Discord. The amount of sharp people, the sharp conversations that are happening in the Discord. Let's go Brees Hall over Bijan here. We have 2 Bijan shares in the Pitbull so far. Who needs Ozempic when you have the overlay? Guys, I could see the commercial now. It's going to hit. It's going to hit hard. Another RB start. And you guys are probably asking, Pat, why are you doing this to yourself? Especially in this room, like I have a feeling. I have a feeling we're going to be able to recover in this room. I try to avoid you at all costs. Yeah, Meat. I don't disagree. And like the Discord, it's such a fun place. Plus EV drafts happening all the time. Late night. If you guys draft late night, you guys guaranteed have pounders in every single draft that are talking in the Discord at all hours of the night. So I'll throw the link in the comments. It's also in the description of the video. Join the Discord, completely free. We have 350 active users in there. So sharing articles, riser, faller information, just the whole 9. The whole 9. Back-to-back Bijan. Yeah, could have. Definitely could have. Do we leverage our other team where we went Bijan Debo with Brees Hall Debo? Let's be boring. Let's go chalk through 2. Let me check Brees Hall with Olav. None in BBM. Let me see through here. Dudes, I don't have a lot of this. So also, like in this tool, you can go in, you can see your team, right? You can see the team you drafted. You can click on closing line value here. You can see minus 28. You can see when you drafted that player at what pick, where they go today, and it automatically calculates your closing line value for every single team you've drafted this offseason. Just a little bonus. And pretty soon graphs are coming, and it's going to show you what week 17, week 16, week 15 games you're actually targeting with the QB stack and a bring back. It's literally going to digest your portfolio like that. It's going to be crazy. Currently drafting a wild late night group. Yeah, those are the fun ones. The late night plus EV drafts they're wild. The 4th of July BBM rooms. Oh man, I missed it. We got ice cream, right? Oh yeah, we're saving the draft right here. We went to get ice cream. It was like 5 p.m. at the counter, picking the flaves. There's a fucking bat hanging underneath the counter. My dog jumps for it. A bat in like broad daylight, which I guess I looked it up because Google means it's sick or got kicked out of the house. So I'm thinking like maybe the wife kicked him out of the house and now he's just hanging out at the ice cream store like that. Probably pretty smart. But yeah, that was the freaking bat was flying like all around us until it like flew off. But like you don't know when you've been bit by a bat. Like you can't feel it. Also, Google trusted source. None of us were bit. Had eyes on it the whole time. We see a double tap at elite tight end. Here we go. One team already trying their hardest to lose $20. Anyone else? Not yet. Not yet. Give us Josh Allen here at 42. I swear to God. So close. I just feel like I'd be able to advance. This one's close. Let's give the 4% Pickens a click here. Let's give the 4% Pickens a click. Already going off the rails. Late night EVers unite. Yeah, and like you're drafting. If you draft a night, you're drafting with pounders, and you don't even know it. Like probably a lot of them. And sometimes you can run into those rooms, and it's it's dangerous. It's actually dangerous. Some of those rooms can be minus EV at night when we're all drafting together, like 6 of us. But I mean, you get sharper drafters, which sometimes is easier to build your teams out, build your stacks. Man, we are cruising to 2K right now. We're at 1655. If we get to 1660 before the end of this draft, 5 more subs, we'll rip another draft after this one. We'll do another Pitbull, another $20 pity, and you guys can jump in. You can jump in with us. Breece Hall, Olave, Tank Dell, George Pickens is the start. I'm tempted to bring in a KC piece because it'll be double correlated here with Pittsburgh and Houston for week 16 and 17. Same thing with Baltimore. They don't want to see me win. Is it just Kincaid here? Ah, God. Let's go Godwin. Let's go Godwin. We have a plan. We have a plan. I don't know if it's going to work, but we have a plan. If anyone's going to ruin it, it's the 8 spot. He goes D-Hop at 56. Ooh, can he afford to go the player I think he might go with just 2 receivers? Might be tough. Might be tough. Kincaid goes at 57. So the Josh Allen drafter cannot pick up the falling Kincaid. Hashtag feels bad. And then we would have been trapped similar to last draft if we did get Josh Allen here and then Kincaid falls back to us. Then we're looking at Breece Hall, Olave, Tank Dell. We'd have the Josh Allen stack with the Breece Hall bring back. Would be kind of sick, to be honest. It'd be kind of sick. We should be able to get the guy I'm thinking of. Should be. Raphael in the house. What's up, baby? The plan. The whole plan. The whole plan. The blueprint. Can we release the blueprint after the pick is made? If we don't get Rice, like I'll gladly go O'Dunes. So he does go Rice as his 3rd receiver. We'll bring in O'Dunes here. We'll bring in O'Dunes. Damn, so he does bring in Rice. So sort of leaning into maybe a 0-game suspension with that pick. Pain. We can still bring in CEH, the guy you need week 16 and 17 for our correlation. The whole reason we go Godwin here at 55 is because we're padding Rashee Rice with the next click. That was the plan. Yeah, he goes DeAndre over Kincaid, but he sort of had to because he was in a bad situation at receiver. But if he knows he wants to go Rashee Rice and you have like badgeless and mixed people behind you, you're already using Rice pretty much as wide receiver 3. You're leaning into the upside of a small suspension, 4 games or under, 5 games or under, or no suspension this season. We're in a good spot. We have a 0-1-5-0 start. We have multiple stacking partners. We have Stroud, who's going to come back to us at 79. Book it. Book it. Book it. And we're under on Stroud. Feels good on a player that's been falling so terribly far every single week. Now we'll just scoop the falling Stroud. Let's go, boys. Oh, it's getting spicy. It is getting spicy. This is pretty common. Like, Stroud will fall. And it's weird. He has so many stacking partners that you don't think he would fall that often. You know, Tank Dell, Diggs, Nico. There's just so many available teams to take him. And it's guaranteed. It's almost guaranteed. When you have the double stack, that's when he goes. Like, that's when he goes off before ADP. Is when you have the Houston double stack. Coop posted Diggs at 44. That's a good ADP for Diggs. Oh my God. The 12 spot is just blindly drafting. Just clicking names right now. Just clicking names. 3 tight ends. Adjust to the draft room, boys. Adjust to the draft room. Oh my. Oh, yeah. I'll take a falling Ferguson when this guy goes 3 elite tight ends, and who knows when he's going to stop. I'll go Ferguson after ADP there. He's not going to, but these aren't like wildly before ADP. Or this isn't going to get flagged. This is just bad drafting strategy. They don't cancel drafts when someone is just bad at drafting. The dude is straight freestyling. He's going to win that onesie position, boys. He's going to win that onesie position. He's that oh God, the hero receiver build with Drake London. Diddy. He's got Diddy in the name too. It's just like everything's bad about it. Everything's so much bad. So much bad. Dak goes at 95 to the Lamb team. We need to, in my opinion, click RB in this range. Catch up at RB. Just be super balanced. So far, 1-1-5-1. Maybe this is like a late Keaton Mitchell team for week 17. I think that's big brain. Give us one of these two, and we're okay. He made the decision for us. He went B-Rub. We go Singletary's our RB2. Next RB off the board is Benson. How many touches does Singletary get in this year? Like on the low end. And then where's his high end? I'm curious. I want to see some numbers in the chat. What's the minimum amount of touches that Singletary gets this year? And is Singletary a similar bet to Zamir White, just going much later? Schultz is the bring back. Definitely a good stack. Definitely a good shout. I like getting the double stack too with the pocket passers. I think that is extremely sharp. 200 minimum, 220, 150, 160 to 220. 200 feels safe. I agree. 200 feels very safe to me. $200. He's hit over 200 the last 2 years as well. Trey Benson, kind of a fun spot to bring in Benson here. Also like Brendan Cooks. So torn. Let's go Trey Benson. I'm under on the Benson exposure, so to get him 7 picks after ADP as our RB3 seems smart. Damn, vape. Yo, banned. That's like minimum 2-week ban. No negative talk, no injury talk will be spoken of my top exposed players. I just worry the Giants won't get 200 plays off. God. I'm being trolled right now so heavily. By my own family. Wild. Dotson, Fryermuth, Wicks, Goddard, Brandon Cooks. Yeah, there was no chance Cooks was falling back to us. I wanted Brandon Cooks there. I think it's smart to catch up at RB still in that range. Who do we want as a second stacking partner? Probably Carr. We could go a late Russell Wilson for free if we wanted. No one ever wants Schultz. I was gonna say this better not be that time. We get to stop at 2 tight ends here. We bring in the double stack with Schultz and Tank Dell to go with the falling Stroud. We definitely want a late Keaton Mitchell for this team. Definitely want a late Keaton Mitchell. What about Bateman? Is anyone drafting Bateman like confidently? Because like they want him to be the guy. They're like talking him up, and then he's having bad practices. It's like, God, I could just very much see a similar thing happening to last year. Chuba bring back? I like the Chuba click for this team. There's a few players that I wouldn't mind in this range. We want to go. The thing is, if we go RB here, receivers are going to fall off tremendously at 151. Okay, I think we're still going to do it. It's between. Oh, God, the falling Eckler. I don't know if I can do it. Let's go Ty Chandler in this spot. Let's go Ty Chandler. 1% Bateman, 19% Tez. Let's see if we get a receiver that we like on the way back around to us. Worst case, we probably get DeMario Douglas, which I'm fine with. I like the fact that we have late QB options too, where we can take some of these receivers. Maybe we go Roman Wilson. We bring in that double stack in Pittsburgh. The Baltimore stack will mean twice as much now if we get like a late Keaton Mitchell, week 16 for Pittsburgh, and then week 17 for Houston. It's a shame that we didn't get Rice because Rice would have been absolutely beautiful, low-key beautiful for this team. We get O'Dunes, which, I mean, isn't a bad consolation prize. Late draft, yeah. Carolina, Tampa Bay, so easy to stack. Ooh. Hey, hi, how you doing, Mr. Germain? Hey. Hi. How you doing? Let's bring in Burton here. Nick Chubb goes off at 148. He could have been fun for this team if we go Nick Chubb as our RB4, then we bring in Chuba. But then we might not even fall behind a receiver. Like we have to lean into these 5, especially where we drafted them. Chad GM, little LFG, hype me up. Hype me up. Adam, the thing that sucks about these quick drafts is that I stepped away for 15 minutes and it's round 14 already. That's an amazing thing, though. It's an amazing thing. It's like we're under no pressure to like find stacks or like see who's correlated. It's just all right here. It's just all right here. Couldn't be easier. Couldn't be easier. Ooh, so he brings in the Rome. He brings in the Roman Wilson. Are we just saying fuck by week 11? Let's go Ray Davis. Let's go Ray Davis. We have him ranked pretty aggressively. That's why we have 24%. Chuba goes 2 picks after. Algier goes. And now the race. The race. Maybe we do bring in like a late A.T. Perry. I know if it seems gross, but who's going to be catching balls in New Orleans? Olave, Shaheed, Juwan Johnson goes down. So, like, does Kamara get a bump because of the Juwan injury? I think when it's correlated, it's fine. I don't mind these, like, wide receiver 3, 4 types when they're correlated. That's typically when I think it actually makes the most sense to bring those guys in. Do we get... Looking at this team, 1, 5. We can stop at 2 QBs, but I sort of want to bring in, if it's correlated, I sort of want to bring in Russell Wilson for this team. Pick 79. Our next QB will be around pick 190. Oh, dear, we're already on the clock. This feels like a Corley pick. Let's go Corley here. Does this open up Rodgers for us now? Where we have Corley, we have Breece Hall. It's a little thin, but it would be a falling Rodgers if he does fall to us at 186. It's definitely something to think about. Rodgers goes at 180, goes to the, I'm assuming, no, he just goes to the 12-spot team. Okay, so he brought his, okay, he didn't go wild. He didn't keep drafting tight ends. But this receiver group, wide receiver 2, Shaheed, he's trying to recover. I'll give it to him. He's trying to recover. Oh, I almost just broke the cup and the mic at the same time. My apologies. Running back room is Singletary. I think we do need a 6th here. I like McMillan, but we're just like nonstop slapping. God damn. Let's go Derek Carr here. Let's not miss out on this stack. For whatever reason, I got bad vibes that he's going to be sniped. Let's bring in our second QB. We can stop at 2 QBs too. And we could still bring in a late running back. Raphael says, yeah, Cam Akers to sign with Minnesota. I'm not overly worried about Cam Akers. I don't think he's really a player that you have to worry about. I'm not expecting a Cam Akers resurgence season. Daniel Jones, Geno Smith to the 2 spot. He also has Dak. McMillan goes at 193. McMillan just keeps getting positive news too. It's like if we were in a spot to draft him here, it's just I needed the QB. Who's our last pick going to be? We want Keaton Mitchell here. That's why we don't go Rashawn Johnson. We almost forgot. We almost forgot the plan. We can stop here 7 receivers too. Olave, Dell, Pickens, Godwin, O'Dunes, Burton, and Corley. Definitely leaning into some of these rookies hitting. So I am leaning towards it's probably going to be receiver. We'll just lean into Derek Carr being a good advance rate piece going this late. We have Stroud. We could bring in Russ for a little week 17, but I'd be more willing to do that if this was Rice. If Rice fell to us instead of O'Dunes and we had that week 17 correlation bring back. Now this makes me just want to go A.T. Perry for the double stack. And we'll just lean into these 2 QBs. And we get the Keaton Mitchell week 17 bring back. That was the plan. That was the plan the whole time. AT or Trey Tucker. He can play all over, man. McMillan can play all over. With Godwin in the slot, that's telling. The coach said, I want to put Godwin in the slot. Like, he's going back to the slot. That doesn't mean McMillan isn't playing. They're gonna literally move him all over. I think that's good for McMillan. I think that's good for him. Isn't it O'Dunes? O'Dunes. I just abbreviate it because I'm a loser. Let's see those drafts. Pick 6 or draft number 6. So we have 4 left. This won't fill tonight. We're gonna be back for more. Do we do another one? That's the question. Do we do another one right now? Wow. Were there no pounders in this one? Is that why it was like a little more stress-free? Was there any pounders? Let me know if you guys snuck into this draft. We know there was dead teams. Like the 12 spot going 3 tight ends before pick 100. His wide receiver 2, Shaheed, like, do another, one more, 71 likes. It's pretty. I'm for the people. You know I'm for the people. Everyone is joining right now. This is the funniest thing. He's like trying to get in. They're like, Pat, click the button. Pat, click the button. Like, Pat, when are you going to click? We're in. Quick, jump in. Just kidding. We're not. Now we're in. Oh, I just missed the last room. This is going to be filled with a bunch of sickos. Oh, great. I deserve that. We are going to have, this is going to be like probably 9 pounders in this room. So this is going to play like a high stakes draft. Of course. Oh, shit. All right, let's have a peek at how we did on that last one. We get the double stack with Derek Carr, which is like, it's whatever, but I think it makes sense in this spot where, I mean, we bring in a couple late rookies. It's a luxury pick anyways, so like, whatever. It's the whatever click. Stroud and Carr. Stroud after ADP. He's fallen, so I think you will be able to, or I'm going to be able to catch up at my exposure at a comfortable price, which feels nice. Breece Hall, Singletary, Benson, Ty Chandler, Ray Davis, and Keaton Mitchell. It's a hero running back build, but also getting RB2 Singletary gives you, in my opinion, I mean, you're getting a minimum of 180 plus touches, back-to-back years of 200 touches in 2023 and 2024. I think the low case is probably around 180. Oh, shit. Okay. Draft starts. We're at 9. We're sandwiched. Bobby G might be a pounder, might be in here behind the shadows, but he also might just be drafting because the last one filled. Alex, shout out to Alex at 5. NCal at 6. Griff at 8. Ben at 10. Joe at 11. DMO at 12. Oh, God. Why do you got to do this to me, boys? Why you got to come for my EV? 2 more for the 30-second clock if you want to draft with Chris G. What's up, baby? Hope everyone's having a great 4th of July weekend. Lamb at 1. That's America. That's America right there. CMC at 2. Our last 2 drafts, we started with RB, and I think our teams ended up pretty damn nice. We did a double anchor RB build. Last draft was a hero running back build. Don't force me to go running back. Oh, man. Why do I get these vibes? Okay, Bijan off the board at 6. I fucking hate 9-spot blows. Oh, my God. I can't. I'm not going Garrett Wilson over Breece Hall. I'm not doing it. Pat GM. Jordan, sorry about that. It's fine. We'll start with Brees Hall. Any of these three running backs can, in my opinion, finish as RB1 this year. Brees Hall is going to be really good if Rodgers can stay healthy. Same thing with Bijan. Like Bijan, if Kirk stays healthy, they're going to be moving the ball. They're going to be in the red zone. They're going to have really, really big upside. I would have liked London or Harrison here. The boys just say, fuck you. What's ADP here? We're not going JT. Let's bring up Nico. Let's live a little bit. Maybe we get a falling Stroud again. We're a little lighter on Nico. Let me see my combos here. Hall and Nico could be literally 0% for me. It is. So we get a unique combo for our portfolio. 253 drafts. Should have it. Like I should have it. So Gerald Everett barely gets drafted, but is among one of the better tight end twos of any team. What's the take on Everett drafting any of him? I would rather at the end of the draft just go for someone like Hayden Hurst, who we don't have clarity. And this is more for these contests that are going to fill quick. Like BBM, you can wait to draft Hayden Hurst. I don't think there's any true advantage to grabbing Hurst now with the uncertainty. But in these contests that fill, if you luck into him actually emerging as the tight end one, I would prefer to go that route over Gerald Everett. You're scraping the bottom of the barrel, Papa. Meet Pat took Nico finding a way to smash the like again. I still think Nico's a little expensive. But however, it's the second round, and goddamn, you can make a case for or against anyone that goes in the second round. You really can. You really got JT down that board. Yeah, where do we have him ranked? But he's sliding. So, like, $23. He goes at 18 here. I want receivers to be pushed up. Barkley, we have him at 25. His ADP is 21 now. Like, you want to get ahead of ADP, especially in the early rounds. If you're getting a couple picks of value, it ends up being a lot. Yeah, I know. And I've gone for it twice. And I don't have the combo yet. So maybe we try it again. Why not today? Watch. Tank and Nico. If I remember this, if it's twice out of 253 drafts, if I actually remember this, none? Let me see if it's Tank and it wouldn't be taking Diggs. I've been sniped on the double before. So maybe it was pre-NFL draft. Maybe it's before the big board. Okay, so we have our shot at it. Do you risk it at 64 because he'll fall to you at ADP, or do you risk, where's the Diggs drafter? So in my opinion, when you're doing this, if the Diggs drafter goes an elite QB, I'm more willing to push it. I'd be more willing to push Stroud to 81. If the Diggs drafter pulls an elite QB, if he doesn't go QB, I mean, he's going to, in my opinion, a lot of the time take Stroud at 70 or 75. Oh my God. Yeah, that would be the dream. He gone though. Let's just go Amari Cooper here. Let's go Amari Coop. Breece Hall, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Amari Coop. And that'll be the plan. If the Diggs drafter goes elite QB, maybe gets Lamar here at 46. Maybe we push CJ Stroud. Zero chance he comes back in this room. Yeah, it's a sharper room, but with sharper rooms, they typically will stay in their lane with pocket passing QBs if they don't have correlation. So those are the rooms that I actually want to push those pocket passing QBs. Like we think about last year, the start of the big board, when you had Chase going, you had Higgins going in the second round, and you had Burrow going in the third round. Before ADP, his ADP was like over here, 37, 36. People were reaching on him, but in sharper rooms, because you had those two players in a condensed offense, you could push Burrow and no one would touch him. And you'd be able to get him at 47. A lot of people had Chase at 2 on their board. And then eventually his ADP became 47. Like it fell back to this range come BBM. I think we're just going to have to go Stroud here, 64. Nico and Amari, Pat playing with hits. Love to see it. Yeah, Amari Cooper's already proven he has that elite single game ceiling. He's not going to be someone I'm going to be underweight on. Alex with a 103. Brings in Jacobs at 53. Here's receiver for us. Let's catch up. Let's continue to catch up a receiver. Team 3 not taking a elite QB is bad for you. Probably have to go Stroud at 64. That's exactly how I see it. That's exactly how I see it, dude. A lot of the time they'll get a Lamar in this range of 45, 46. Okay. We're going. Ooh, Ridley's there. Ooh, Ridley's there. It's Ridley or Rice. Let's give Ridley actually the tiebreaker here. We're at 9% Ridley, we're at 20% Rice. Let's give Ridley the tiebreaker. Even though we have the Houston correlation. Huge mess up. 100% should have been Rice. 100%. Max Payne. When the 15-second drafts even get the influencer. I feel like your volume's a lot lower today. These mics just run quieter. So let me try to boost it and let me know what volume is better. If it's still too low, let me know and I can boost it more. Hollywood Brown and Joe Mixon. We should be good. We should be good for CJ Stroud. That's the thing. Like, I can sort of depend on the back of the draft to cooperate. Not cooperate, but to make those sharp picks. So let's go Stroud here. We bring in the double stack, basically at price. Loud and clear now. Also, like, bringing this mic, it wants to be very close to your face. That's better. Yeah, baby. Yeah, this is a really good shout. In this contest specifically versus BBM, where it's 1 out of 13, 1 out of 16, you don't need as much correlation focus to advance. But I think it's a nice way to give that tiebreaker even against Ridley. Did that really make the difference? Rome goes off at 65. Worthy, Ladd, then Kittle. Very standard. Very standard. We bring in a few players that were underexposed too. I'm going to have a lot of these Houston stacks too. Like these double stacks, I'm going to get more of them. It's a part of my portfolio that I know I need, but I also want Stroud to fall. He's falling, just not very quick. In certain rooms, you'll get him at better prices. And I think there's opportunities that you should be trying to push him, and then ones where it's like, yeah, you just got to take him at or just before ADP, and that's okay. I mean, just in the last week, Stroud's fallen 2.3 spots. In the last month, he's fallen 11 spots. Now, time box contest, you don't have all the time in the world to wait. So give me a CJ Stroud double stack in this contest. 100%. Okay. Yeah, I have everyone like volumes all the way up. My bad. Burrow goes at 76 to the Chase drafter. He didn't want to risk it. Where's the Higgins team? T. Higgins team didn't have a QB. Yeah, Burrow's probably not coming back with Ben here. Just salvating it in the 10 spot. JSN off the board is 78. So I think that's it's basically the tier break of receivers. DMO's 10th. Damn, boy. You filled that quick. ADP says Ingram. I like the fact that two of these teams behind us already have a tight end. Let's go Stevenson here. We should be able to bring in one of these tight ends if we want to go a balanced approach. Could do that. We could also bring in Jaden Daniels, not correlated. So where we have these late partners, I'd rather bring in Deshaun Watson or Levis with this team specifically. I mean, we should be getting Ferguson here at 88. Back-to-back Ferg teams? Okay. How about the Lamb Drafter? Lamb Drafter doesn't have a QB. I was going to say, sometimes the Lamb Drafter will end up with a QB or two, and you get Dak to fall pretty far. And then with the injury news with him in the walk-in boot, I always like the chance of the uncertainty or fear and leaning into the fear and maybe getting those stacks later than you otherwise should be getting them. Looking to get 100% Ferg exposure for the Pitbull. Let's actually take a peek. What are my exposures for this contest specifically? Exposure. How do we do here? We go to tournaments. Go to the Pitbull. Oh, no, this is only two teams. Come on, Underdog. Don't fail us now. 6 teams. Singletary, 50%. QBs, I mean, we're not too high on any single QB, although we're going to bump up Stroud. Tight ends, pretty balanced. 33% is the highest. Receivers, 33%. Like, that's 2 out of 6. Like, I'm good with that. Running backs, maybe. I think we steer clear of Singletary here. I don't think he's going to come back to us. Yeah, he is. Do we get Njoku here? Do we go Njoku, bring in the Cleveland double stack? Looking at ADP, they have Njoku up first, Shaheed. He goes Trey Benson. The fuck? What do you guys like? I kind of like Njoku here. Lean into Breece Hall and Stevenson. And let's see what comes back to us. Now we can go receiver or running back. It doesn't even feel bad to go receiver in this range. Yeah, so we're probably going to go. So let's mix it up. Let's go receiver in this range. But 50%, so that will drop. But I don't mind it being high. Like, I really don't. Raphael asks, with more experienced room, should I be sniping and taking really good players at their best price? Well, it depends. Like Stroud, are you going to pair him? Are you going to pair him with Schultz? Like, if you get Stroud and you don't have one of his stacking partners, you're basically making Schultz like a very high priority. There are some players that are just good advance rate plays on like based on their price. Oh God, you guys are just begging me to take Palmer here. I also don't mind Brandon Cooks, but let's go Palmer, wide receiver 5. Brandon Cooks goes off right after. You have a lot of Shakir. Yeah, I do. A lot of it was early too. He was going in the 120 range to start BBM, to start post NFL draft. He's risen a little bit. He's risen at least like 10 picks. I have him at 113. I have him close to his ADP. But yeah, 11%. I also have a ton of Josh Allen, though. So having 13% Josh Allen, one of my higher owned QBs, I'm going to be higher exposed to his pass catchers. So some of that just comes with correlation. Do I think he can be the number one? No. Like Kincaid's the number one. Kincaid is the number one receiver on the Bills. And then you have, but I will say, like, you have the stats, and the stats don't lie, and his numbers are down when Knox is on the field. Now, can he excel this year? Can we see some growth from Kincaid this year in year 2? Because he didn't have a bad rookie season. I think he gets a little hate. And I'm actually okay with where he goes to. I'm okay with his price. I would rather, this might be spicy. I think Kincaid outscores Trey McBride. It's not that spicy. But I'd rather Kincaid over Trey McBride. And some of that is just betting on the number 2 in Buffalo versus the number 1 in Arizona. How's your confidence in our Wicks in Mooney bet? Yeah, we have a straight up bet. I have Mooney outscoring Wicks, half PPR, underdog scoring. I'm confident. I like it. For a bottle of tequila, I believe. When I win, I'm going to request the Tesla tequila. What are we doing here? We can go Justin Herbert. We can go running back. Let's go Herbert here. Catching up again on this exposure. Do we go a late? Can we still go a late Deshaun Watson if he falls? I think so. Finessed. That feels like a volume over talent bet to me. I'm okay with volume. Yeah, without a doubt. Some of it is just the offense as well, though. Pat Fry off the board. Zach Charbonnet would be good here. Kendre, Jerome Ford. The Jerome Ford shares have to go up. 3%. Is this the spot? Is this the spot we do it? And we'll see. We have 2 of the obvious stacking partners. Yeah, Charbonnet off the board. Ooh, the 3rd in Cleveland. Send it. We're going heavy in Cleveland. We got him 10 picks after ADP, too. We'll mix it up for the exposure's sake. Deshaun Watson, if we can get him to fall to a good spot, I don't mind bringing in the 3rd correlated QB. Ooh. Meat says, my spicy Marg take is that the Cards could very well have a better offense than Buffalo. When you add could very well, that adds a little bit of uncertainty to the message. They will. Say will. Be confident in that spicy marg. Love me the confidence in Wix. Yeah, I think ETR just, it's funny. We made this bet like around a month ago in the Discord. If you guys want to get some board bets, maybe you don't agree with one of my takes. Maybe we can find a board bet in between. We're posting all board bets here on the Discord channel. I'll also throw this link. It's in the description of the video, but we'll put it in the chat if you're not already in our Discord. Pat vs. Ben. Mooney outscores Wix. Tequila. Dudes, just saying. Mooney got 5 votes versus the Wix. I haven't checked this in a long time. The second one is Pat vs. Nick. I have Parker Washington outscores Gabe Davis, but I'm getting 5-1. That one, I probably need an injury, but that's fine. That's fine. I'll take it. It was a fun one. Ah, shit. What are we doing here? We're done at tight end. Running back, we still need to catch up on. We need some receivers. Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Amari Cooper, Ridley, and Palmer. The one time you bring in Justin Herbert is the one time Quentin Johnson goes off before ADP. This is probably one of these two. He goes Burton. So we're going to get a full round value on Ricky Pearsall, actually going near where we have him ranked at 152. We get him at 153. Nice. One of our higher exposed players in the big board. Not overly confident in the landing spot. Now, his upside does lie with probably an injury to Ayuk, honestly, which that's less of a chance than Deebs. But Debo, injury would still get him on the field. Ben says we made it during the big board. Oh, maybe not. I thought it was forever ago. No, I put this up late. Whenever I put this up, the bet was made way before 610, especially this one. This one was made during the big board too. Jaleel McLaughlin. I think Chuba here's pretty good. Do we go? Let's just bring in Chuba here. Let's bring in Chubes. Who do we want for a late correlating piece? So Douglas went off the board where? Demario Douglas went off at 145. We wanted him where Ricky went. He goes off before ADP, which is tough. Can't do anything about that. Because we want to correlate this New England. Maybe it's a Kendrick Bourne last round pick. I'm not completely opposed to that. We couldn't go Hunter Henry. Like, that's probably going to be too much invested here at tight end, especially where if we're going to bring in a third QB, we cannot afford to go 3 tight ends, especially being this strong. So we could get Deshaun Watson to fall back to us. Stroud, Herbert, and Deshaun Watson's a strong trio. And we have that double stack plus Ford, pass catch him back. And then we still need to slap some running backs. So we'll see if people stay correlated, stay in their lane, and don't go Deshaun. It's not a player that we absolutely need, but okay. He goes off at 174, so we almost get him to fall almost a round and a half. So now we're going to deviate. We're going McMillions here at 177, around before ADP, because I don't think he's coming back to us. And now we probably just lean into these two. Levis is off the board. Deshaun Watson's off the board. Baker's off the board. I don't feel the need to force any correlation with the third QB. The only reason we were going to bring in the third is because it was correlated, giving us another stacking partner, another option for week 17. I like the Keaton Mitchell click again for this team. So what are we looking at? We're looking at a 2.682 or 2.5, 2.592. And that's where I think the Deshaun Watson click was going to end up being an extra. It was going to be a luxury pick. This is Rashawn for us. It really is. I don't mind if Rashawn Johnson gets up to 50%. Tez is the bring back. Tez is a great option. Chris G. Now will he come back to us? If not, we can stack it on the running back side. Keaton Mitchell's usually free. We can bring in CEH for the week 16, but it doesn't really matter. In these smaller rooms, again, smaller contest, 1 out of 6, 1 out of 5 for week 15 and 16. Oh, when the wife calls, you shall answer. 1 second. There we go. We're not on Santa's naughty list now. I feel so much better. I feel so relieved. Another day. Another another hurdle. Tested me. They're testing me on the live stream today. Who paid the wife to send the call? Who paid try to throw me off. All right. 2-5-7-2. Running backs, Breece Hall, Stevenson, Ford, Chuba, and Rashawn. Nico, Delamari, Ridley, Palmer, Pearsall, McMillan. 2-6-8-2 feels good. Feels good. How do we get there? We don't know. Palmer sort of being a little bit of padding for these two rookies as well. Bye week 14 is not even a huge problem for us. We have 3 players on bye week 14. It might be more if we get our guy, but Griff probably going 2-6-8-2. He has 1 QB, 1 tight end. This team, he goes CEH. Interesting. Okay. So we get to bring in Tez as the week 17 bring back. That's fun, man. That's fun. Another test from Mrs. Dog Pound. Yeah, if you said Mrs. Pound, that would have sounded wildly inappropriate. Wildly inappropriate. Who do we like here as the last round? I know who it is. Goddamn. What did the boys do? Justin Fields, 204. DMO saying, I want to live a little bit too. I want to live a little bit in my last Pitbull. He lets both clicks go to freaking triple zeros. Do we just go Will Shipley again? If it's not broken, don't fix it. If it's not broken, don't fix it. We're going to go Will Shipley. In these time box contests, Will Shipley there. I also don't mind the Keaton Mitchell click again, but let's get a little different where in the last draft, we did focus on the week 17 bring back as Keaton Mitchell. This one, it's Devontae Walker. I love the Malik Washington last round click. It's a really good shout. I just think running back here, probably. Jerome Ford is RB3. I'm not as confident as most people in Jerome Ford as RB3. on a team. I need someone to change my view on Jerome Ford. And Tyler tried, Emo Cowboy tried with like, you know, you're getting Chubb back. Like Ford's not completely lost. Nick Chubb, not a big third down guy. But like Deshaun Watson, not really the biggest check down to your running back guy is like the opposing view to that. So I think it's end of season upside for Jerome Ford's kind of tough. I guess probably the best case is re-injury to Chubb. Like no one wants that. I love Nick Chubb as a player and as a person. He seems like a really good dude, but ways that Jerome Ford hits, that's one of them for sure. All right, this we're gonna speed through the draft grades here. Wow, we're at 7. We ripped how many on the live stream today? Was that 4 on the live stream? Is that like we're just getting ready? We're getting ready for the 24-hour live stream. If you guys have made it this far with us, assuming you like the content, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. We're going to be doing a 24-hour live stream with all your favorite guests at 2K subs before NFL kickoff. So help us get there. Slap the sub. Great O-line. Yeah, definitely. Could also have the Deshaun Watson stealing rushing touchdowns taken there as well too, though. There's always a devil's advocate case. I think Alex is in the live stream. Lamar and Rodgers, Jacobs, Jones, Swift, Zeke, and Tracy. I like the distribution on the capital spend at running back. Jefferson, Samuel, DK, Lockett, Mike Williams, Dotson. I think he tried to set up maybe the Seattle double stack, and maybe it gets sniped at 164. That feels like, I don't know why Underdog. 164. I feel like Gino was still on the board. He was. I probably would have pushed QB and waited for the super stack because you're leaning more into. I mean, you pick DK at pick 29 versus Mike Williams at 116. Kittle, Smith, and Jaceki. I'm good with that trio there. And Calhoun in the live stream. A-Rich, Deshaun Watson, snipe. Just got to preface, like, snipe. I don't want to point it out, but snipe. And then Geno Smith at 187. Yeah, I like this trio. Don't need the third QB, but I mean, it's so late that it really doesn't matter. And he pairs it with JSN. Bijan, Achane, Tony Pollard, Kendre. He's got a week 17 stack with Achane, week 16 with TP. Olave, Kirk, McConkey, JSN, Judy, Josh Downs, Wandale, Jalen Hyatt, Bowers, Komet, and Jelani Wood. So really getting his stacks, his bringbacks for all different matchups. He brings in the double with the Giants. I mean, it looks like a very well-balanced team. Leaning in with this hyper-fragile Kendre Miller hitting in this case, it tells a story. That's all you can ask for. Griff in the 8 spot, Jalen Hurts and Derek Carr. Nice little combo here of floor and ceiling. Kyron Williams, Alvin Kamara stacked. Zamir White bring back. Rico Dowdle bring back for the Philly game. Ray Davis and Braylon Allen. I'm good with this group. 3 RBs by Zamir's very, a lot of touches. I almost think that maybe it's a luxury pick. We'll see, but I could stop at 5 RBs here and be fine with the capital spent. A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams, O'Dunes. Shaheed is our wide receiver 4. Brandon Cooks, Myers. I like the double tap there. Burton and McCaffrey. Kincaid and Parkinson. Would you guys want one more receiver on this group instead of Braylon Allen? I think the Braylon Allen click is fine. You're leaning into some of these rookies hitting. You have some floor and Myers, a little bit of ceiling, touchdown upside with Brandon Cooks, Odunze for end of season. Shaheed's just, I think you're going to get like 4 or 5 spike weeks. I queued the wrong QB. The panic of the 15-second drafts. Yeah, Chris says it's fine. I agree. I think it's most likely a luxury pick. And, I mean, Braylon Allen's got some crazy upside if Brees goes down. Ben with Kyler, Drake May, and Bo Nix. Little late pairing of QBs between May and Nix. Zach Moss is RB1. Brian Robinson Jr. So this is like modified 0 RB. Tajay Spears, Zach Charbonnet, Nick Chubb at 154 as RB5. And then Jaleel McLaughlin. I really like the build of this RB room. Puka, Marvin Harrison, T. Higgs, DeAndre Hopkins, Rice, Jalen Polk, and Mims. We're getting some stacks. We're getting some bringbacks. Stacks with all 3 QBs. He's getting some Week 17 correlation in there. Sam Laporta and Juwan Johnson. This is a fun team. That's a real fun team. The Marvin Mims click. I might need to be sold to Marvin Mims again. I'm falling very far behind on the exposure. Are you guys mixing in Mims? Is he going to get out on the field? What's this wide receiver room look like? I feel like I just need a little more certainty in training camp before I'm like drafting a lot of Mims. I know the risk isn't high. It's pick 180. But like people kind of forget, like Tim Patrick's coming back. Like I know. Multiple injuries last 2 seasons. Barely, I don't even think he's made it to playing a game in the last 2 seasons, but yeah, it's a weird competition that they're going to have there at receiver. Yeah. And Sean Payton, this is so true. He won't tell us. And he looked good. Like Mims looked good while he was on the field. Explosive, big plays down the field, and he just wasn't getting the playing time. Oh, God. Denver's a tough one for me. It's a tough one. All right. Joe Rays, Josh Allen, and Kirk. He says, fuck by week 12. Derrick Henry, James Cook, Javonte, Tyler Algier, and J.K. Dobbs. I'm good with the amount spent at running back. Garrett Wilson, London. Really fucked by week 12. Holy shnikes, dude. You're going to score 36 points week 12. Oh, dear. Okay, so at least you have Derrick Henry plus Javonte and J.K. Dobbs. You have no QBs. You have 1, 2 receivers. J-Mo could be a 0. And then you have Hunter Henry. Oh, no. It's going to be under 30 points. This is going to be an under 30-point week. This is such a good weekly winners team. It's not even funny. It's a Pitbull, though. All right. Let's go back to the player takes. Let's ignore that they're all on bye week 12. Like of the 18 players, 19 of them are bye week 12. Garrett Wilson, London. I love that combo on the back of the draft. J-Mo, wide receiver 3. Curtis Samuel, wide receiver 4. Shakir. So leaning into Buffalo, hitting Gabe Davis, Zay Jones, and Lazard. Even Lazard is bye week 12. It's a bring back. It's a bring back in the game. I'm cool with that. Also low owned. I think that could be kind of sharp. Pitts and Hunter Henry. I'm probably stopping here at 2 tight ends and then bringing in any player that's playing on week 12. Anyone. Give me. Lazard still playing. I mean, I don't even know if it's up to Lazard. I think it's up to Aaron. Like Aaron tells him what to do and where to go. Neil is furious with this team. I don't mind trying to advance Josh Allen, Kirk teams, but there's definitely ways to increase your chances. DMO with his last Pitbull, number 10, 3672. Purdy, Goff, and Justin Fields getting some rushing upside with these pocket passing QBs. Gibbs, Mixon, Najee correlated. Also Gibbs, Singletary, Elijah Mitchell, Bucky Irving. Also he has both QBs in that week 17 game, which is like, just give me the QB 1 of that game that's going to be probably a top 3 scoring on the week, on the slate. Ayuk, Pickens. Oh, yeah. So he's got this Pittsburgh super stack. I don't mind the Fields. Was Russ there? Russ is there. So he's saying, okay, Justin Fields, I need the rushing upside for that week 17 championship. Fields is going to be on the field for whatever. Honestly, if he's on the field for the last 3 games, would you take him as a last round pick? The answer is it should be yes. As a last round pick, you would take Justin Fields. a lot in the 18th, or at least I would if I was just getting 3 games out of him. Now, what if you were just getting 2 games out of him? Like the last 2 weeks, 16, 17, I'd have a ton. So I think mixing him in here is smart with those 2 QBs he has. Ingram and Freiermuth, yeah, this is just a super well-balanced team. Super well-balanced team by DMO on his 10th. And he's got the nice floor with Purdy and Goff, and then the ceiling with Justin Fields, the what if click, if you would. Well correlated. The Goff pick only has Gibbs, which makes me think that maybe this, instead of Slayton, Khalif Raymond, if he was available, which he was. And that's where the overlay sort of helps. Like on the go, like I can see all the correlated pieces. But guys, thank you for coming out. We ripped 4 drafts today. If you enjoyed the content, go down, slap the like on the way out, hit the subscribe button. We're a few away from 1660, and really, we're a few away from 2K. So every single one helps. I appreciate you guys coming out, watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. If you guys want more information on the overlay used today in the stream, bestballoverlay.com, promo code all caps Pounders. Appreciate you coming out and watching. Have a good day. Pounders.